Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. UPI reports NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte arrived in Washington for a crucial meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump, aiming to de-escalate growing transatlantic tensions. The visit follows Trump's renewed threats to withdraw the United States from NATO, fueled by European allies' reluctance to support U.S. military actions in the Iran war. Specifically, European nations denied U.S. military planes access to their airspace or bases and refused to contribute naval vessels to reopen the Iranian-blockaded Strait of Hormuz. Trump, echoed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, criticized this lack of support, viewing NATO as a one-way street where the U.S. bears a disproportionate burden. European allies, however, contend they were not consulted before the U.S. offensive in Iran, and that the conflict falls outside NATO's purely defensive mandate. Experts like former U.S. Ambassador Kurt Volker warn Europe's stance could enable Trump to deflect blame, while Patrick Berry emphasizes Rutte's delicate balancing act to preserve the alliance. According to CBS News, President Trump announced on Tuesday a 2-week ceasefire in the ongoing Iran war. As part of this agreement, Iran has temporarily consented to reopen the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. The report, delivered by Nancy Cortez, highlights a significant development in the tensions between the two nations, albeit a temporary one. This brief cessation of hostilities and the reopening of the crucial shipping lane suggest a period of de-escalation, possibly paving the way for further diplomatic efforts or negotiations in the near future. The duration of the ceasefire is specifically noted as 2 weeks. CBS News national security contributor Samantha Vinograd provides an in-depth analysis of the temporary ceasefire between the United States and Iran. In her commentary, Vinograd explores what this current halt in hostilities could signify for the potential of a lasting peace deal in the ongoing conflict. She elaborates on the critical factors and necessary conditions that would need to be addressed and met for such a peace agreement to move forward. Furthermore, Vinograd outlines her expectations for the immediate next steps that both nations or international mediators might need to take to de-escalate tensions and foster a more stable environment for negotiations. Her insights offer a comprehensive look at the complex diplomatic and security landscape surrounding the U.S.-Iran relationship. According to UPI, global oil prices experienced a sharp decline following the announcement of a 2-week ceasefire agreement brokered by Pakistan between the United States, Israel, and Iran. The deal includes the crucial reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to international shipping, a key factor that had caused major disruption to global oil supply. Brent crude and West Texas Intermediate benchmarks initially saw double-digit percentage falls, though prices have since stabilized at around $95.51 and $96.48 a barrel, still significantly higher than their pre-conflict levels of $72 a barrel in late February. Financial markets in Europe and Asia, particularly in Tokyo, Seoul, and Hong Kong, rallied strongly on the news, with U.S. futures also indicating an optimistic opening. However, uncertainties persist regarding the exact mechanism for resuming maritime traffic and the long-term impact of war damage to energy infrastructure in Gulf countries. There's also confusion over whether the ceasefire extends to Israel's operations against Hezbollah in Lebanon, which Israel denies. Market strategists express skepticism that the 2-week time frame will lead to a permanent resolution. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.